There are many misconceptions about millennials and relationships. We spoke with 3 millennials to get their take on relationships. Chemo Jones, age 22, plans to marry his girlfriend of 5 years and 6 months.
I could honestly say that she's the love of my life. My grandmother was telling me that I should wait until I'm 25 and I've graduated college and I have, $2,500 in the bank. Not necessarily when, society thinks it's time for you to live your life. So think about how many years that you missed out on because you wanted to do things the way that our society has structured it. But I've always considered myself to be more of a free spirit. So I'm like, hey, what better time than now? Of course, certain principles are the same, but the culture is totally different.
Do you believe that millennials have commitment issues?
People commit to what they want to commit to. I know a lot of people who are committed to school.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's getting ready to graduate now. She wants to be a doctor. And she doesn't party, she doesn't hang out too much after school. Like, if I'm like, hey, what are you doing? I'm studying. I know people who are just like that. But I do think we commit to those things in which we want to commit to. And for me personally, I choose to commit to the person who I want to marry.
Looking at my parents, and they got married so early, and it was a real hassle for them to, try to raise a kid, go to school, that I think it'll be a little bit later once we have some stability. Marriage is supposed to be a forever thing, so does it really matter if you have the ceremony this year or 4 years down the road? The only difference is 4 years down the road you could probably afford the wedding.
Marriage is definitely not in my plan as of right now, because I'm a firm believer of just making sure that that I am well established within myself before I tie the knots with someone else. Millennials aren't as social in public places like partying and things like that. They'll rather ask you, oh, what's your Instagram, instead of before even asking you your number. And a lot of people date from Instagram, Tinder, Facebook, and just social media accounts and things like that prior to asking for someone number.
After talking to these millennials, we've learned that every individual is different, and so are their relationship stories.